But stereotypical of us. It's not last summer, but despite the fact that it's a school night, you still text me just like, what are we saying tonight? Well, I'm done class at 5 and tonight we're praying to mine. So he brings the weed, she brings the gas, we bring the booze, you bring the mix, I bring the news, so we should all start drinking soon, so I can make a toast to all the good friends and bad decisions that we will make tonight and forever after. And if you could hear her thinking you'd hear, get the fuck out of my face. And if you could hear me thinking you'd hear, I like you a lot, not too much. I mean, I can't stop, no, let me start over. So what's your major? Come on. So walk on. So I grab her hip, she moves her ass, seems her head back, she wants to kiss. I mean, why not? She's like the shots I just bought. Well, they might not have been as attractive as I had initially thought. It don't matter, cause the one you dance with is never the one that really captures you. And if you could hear her thinking you'd hear, get the fuck out of my face. And if you could hear me thinking you'd hear, I like you a lot, not too much. I mean, I can't stop, no, let me start over. Spit it out. Just let me start over now. If you could hear us both thinking you'd hear, this look is lasted once again too long to be regarded as normal behavior. And I have been as attractive as it's just normal behavior. It's just yeah, I knew captured you. I keep looking at you and you keep looking at me. Oh, my default alchemy. Please look out for me. Oh, and I haven't been talking to you and you haven't been talking to me. Oh, my default alchemy. Please look out for me. Oh, quick. The cabs are ready outside this cold night. It's not mine. Hurry up and finish your booze. I'm not that drunk. I'm not in the mood. Loud booms, it's all of the lights. I trip when you walk in on the shoes that cover the floor. I hear shots, take shots, this party's war. You're sitting out the edge of a couch and my friend says you look just like her, but I laugh and think to myself, you're more young, so we're good to anything else. But there's no music could lose this shit like stop. Who the fuck stopped my backpack? The pushing starting up, but I don't even move an inch, cause I keep looking at you and you keep looking at me. Oh, my default alchemy. Please look out for me. Oh, and I haven't been talking to you and you haven't been talking to me. Whoa, my default alchemy. Please look out for me. Oh, but you're about to walk away. Cool cars and anxious things I shouldn't say. Like you say I got no plans, the weekend is naked. I cancel plans on the weekend so we can get naked. I cannot imagine the people whose feelings get traded from good to bad under the pretense so we will get faded and get drunk and then talk religion so we can debate it. And have zero regrets, baby, but this is a Vegas. So we do things, they stay with you, they follow and admit truthfully I haven't met you, but I can still miss you. Right, left, stumbling out, I gotta dismiss you. Cigarette, spit, the piss and resist. Thinking if I had any balls that I would just kiss you. But in the world won't stop when I missed you. So maybe we die here, don't want him running that down. Maybe we don't die here, don't want him running that down. Maybe you're just a girl and I'm forgetting the ground. You're wearing lipstick, I'm covered in doubt. Where have all of my friends gone? This party shit there. Maybe they went home, but maybe they figured it out. That maybe nothing else exists except that it is now me and you in the moment and it's good to splash out on the couch. So half now. Fuck it.
Welcome, everybody, to Bumaroo 2020, the live stream music and arts festival. This year, we are doing it live stream because of obvious reasons. It's the world's burning. It's it's COVID. We are putting in place all of the safety restrictions to keep our community safe, but we're still bringing great art and music your way. My name's Steve Jordat. I'm going to be your host. We are here from our headquarters in Guelph, and we've got great bands lined up for you today. We have live art. We have we have live art over here. We have workshops as well that you can watch on our website. They'll be broadcast and available to you on our website afterwards. Before we start, I'd like to do a land acknowledgement. So I'm just going to read this here from my page here. As we gather, we are reminded that this festival is situated on treaty land that is steeped in rich indigenous history and home to many First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people today. As artists, it is our collective responsibility to take care of the land on which we live and work for each other and for future generations. Today, we acknowledge the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the Anishinaabe peoples whose first traditional territory we're gathered on today. So, for today, like I said, we have live bands throughout the day. They'll be scattered out. We have live art. We have pre-recorded videos for you to watch. We have commercials. We have Brothers Brewing right here, which we made a beer with called Common Ground. You can check that out. We'll have a commercial for it later. And we also have prize packs that you can win. If you go to bumaroo.ca, you can donate any amount of money, and knowing that that money goes to a good place, it goes back into the artist's pocket, it goes back into the festival so that we can keep doing this and bringing art back to you and supporting our local artistic community. So we can check out here our 3 prize packs. I actually haven't even looked in them, so you're going to find out what's in them with me. So that's fun. Let's check it out. We have a beer stein. I'm assuming that's from Brothers Brewing. Yeah, very cool. Okay. We have an envelope. It's got the Works logo, Works Burgers and Fries. That's sweet. So that's in the first one. The city of Guelph. A tourist package in case you want to tourist Guelph. Be a tourist in Guelph. What else we got here? We've got McCrae House. It's tea. It's tea, guys. Maybe I should have looked in before, but it's tea. Okay, we got some awesome tea. We got masks. We've got pint glasses. There's tons of stuff in here. What else we got? In the second pack, we have a 6-pack of our Common Ground beer, which, like I said, we made with Brothers Brewing, which is amazing. I haven't tried it, but that's because I'm an alcoholic. It's okay. Don't be sad. It's great. I'm sober. We have more touristy stuff from Guelph. That's awesome. We have a $10 gift card to the Woolly Pub. That's amazing. What else we have? We have a hat here from, what was it? Matthew's Barbershop? Matthew's Barbershop. Amazing. He gave us a hat. More beer steins. We have a $50 gift certificate to Photosource Guelph. You can check that out. So like I said, you can donate anything you want, knowing that the money goes back into this festival and into the artist's hands so that we can keep doing this for years to come, hopefully, right? That's the goal. So we're gonna start the festival, and we're gonna kick it off with our first band, Miss Mae and The Mob, everybody.
Like you gave it all you got, but you just need yourself a rest. I've been wildin', I've been piling all my problems on all my friends. But they're good ones, yeah, they're good fun, and I know that I can count on them. Man, you know I'm feeling smoking in the evening with you. Even though I'm needing to be up in the morning. Said it's 25 degrees and I just wanna run and breathe outside. So we found ourselves a beach and take the car for a Tuesday drive. Can you feel the wind again on your skin? I'll see it blow through the manual, turn vehicle windows. And that sweet kind of vibe just makes you feel alive for a while. And just for tonight we set our worries aside and get high. So we found ourselves some land, set up camp upon the sand and talked. Broad strings and snacks, marijuana and overalls. Pink crystal hair, rear view mirror stare. Paid rent! Went straight from the bottle, laughing at jokes that they don't make fucking sense. And that sweet kind of vibe just makes you feel alive for a while. And it's just for tonight we set our worries aside and get high. And you just turn up the music, feel that you're rushing through. Turn up the music, feel that you're rushing through. Oh, turn up the music, feel that you're rushing through. Ah. Do you ever get the feeling that you tried, but there's nothing left? That you gave it all you got, but you just need yourself a rest. Man, you know I'm feeling smoking in the evening with you. We're Miss Mae and The Mob. We're so happy to play for you today. Said I love you, man, that's for sure. But you won't let me outside the door. Oh, 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 yeah, you feed me that selfish love. Then you leave me like it's not that tough. Oh, 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 some you lovely, pretty thing. My feathers all colors of a worm since spring. Oh, oh, of course, that's what you tell me all the time. That I was made by God above, so divine for you. What more can I do? Yeah. Songbird sings as they tie down their wings. Places safe in their cage. No soaring high, no, no, when I last felt the sky. The wind seeping into my head. Still a familiar pain. When I give my old song a try, I open my beak to speak, but I forget how to rhyme. are my charming too, because they always had a way of bothering you. Oh, you curse me, but keep the keys. But I guess that I do love to please. Got me on my knees, yeah. Songbird sings, had to tie down their wings. Places safe in the cave. No soaring high, don't know when I last felt the sky. So seeping into my day, still a familiar place. Then came the day that you sent me away from the warmth of your fingertips. Open the window and say, this is not your place. I love you, but not like this. Then you leave me with a kiss. Songbird sings as you untie her way and throw away your no soaring high, don't know when I last felt the skies. Wind seeping into my veins. Still I feel you calling my Bumaroo. Bumaroo, Bumaroo. I don't wanna see my friends. I just wanna see my baby by the evening. I don't wanna see my parents. I just want you next to me by the morning. I don't wanna see my boss. I don't care about anyone that I work with. I just wanna see my love. I just wanna wrap my arms around him. I just wanna see the sun rising on you. I just wanna see the sun rising on you. On you. On you. On you. Well, I know that it hasn't been long. Saw you maybe yesterday or the day before, but it just feels wrong. Looking you out my front door. I don't wanna see my brother, no, I don't care about no plan.
one is one that you may know.
Call me on the line. You can call me, baby, anytime. Call me on the line. You can call me any day or night. Color me your color, baby. Color me your car. Color me your color, darling. I know who you are. I'm above your color chart. I know where you're coming from. Call me on the line. Call me any day or night. Call me on the line. Call me anytime. Call me. Call me. Call me. Color me your color, baby. Color me your color. Roll me in designer sheets, I'll never get enough. I'm above your color chart, stuck up in love telephone. Call me on the line. Call me baby anytime. Call me on the line. You can call me any day or night. Call me. Call me. Call me. Call me. Call me. Ooh, these feelings of love. Ooh, show me, place anywhere, anywhere. Place anywhere, any day. I said, call me. I said, call me. I said, call me.
Thanks. This next one, it's a new one. It's called Last Time. It's a bit of a side song. Hope you enjoy it.
I've never had someone look at me the way that you do. Think of me and tell me it too. Sometimes you think you know someone well, but you don't know nobody till you hear them yell. I've never had someone look at me the way that you do. Nowhere to be seen.
nowhere to be found. This time, maybe it'll be different. At least I hope so. Last time was shit. Thanks. Got a capo missing. Got a capo missing. Capo's missing. All right. All right. This next one is for all the people at home that just saw something really funny or weird, and you have no one to share it with. This one's for you guys. Silverfish dancing around my feet. Could you get me a sandwich? Get me something to eat. I'm cold, I'm tired, and I'm so upset. Oh, could you get me a pillow to rest my head? Little ants dancing in the sink. Could you get me some water? Get me something to drink. I said I'm cold, I'm tired, and I'm feeling down. Oh, could you lighten the mood or even make a sound? All these creatures hanging in this house. You think they'd have something to talk about, but I'm alone and I don't feel alright. I said I hate you and I love you for tonight. Ugly fish swimming in the tank. You didn't have a name, so I called you Greg. Your owners don't care for you, I'll always be there for you. If you got a moment, I'm feeling a mess. Swinging spider on the windowsill. Do you got some flies or some time to kill? I said I'm cold, I'm tired, and I wanna die. Oh, could you sing me a tune or a Doing good, Bumaroo. We got our last song here. This is Transit Jungle. And I've been here a while. I don't know how to make you smile, 'cause I tried oh so long, singing my same damn song of I don't know. And where am I? Maybe I found the reason why. It's 'cause I feel that I'm not the one for you, my dear. And now I'm done. And now I'm done. Said now I'm done. And now I'm done. Said now I'm done. I don't know what to do today. I'm sure I'll have it any old way. I don't have no regrets, but I don't feel nothing yet. When's it gonna happen? I'm 4 puffs in, and my mom's still past the clover. Turn it over, see if it's worth another leg. Now I'm done. Said now I'm done. And now I'm done. Said now I'm done. Run with me like a cheetah girl on the transit jungle, wrapped in fur. Where's my blackbird? Blackbird's song, that awful tune keeps it going on, 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 keeps it going on. And now I'm done, said now I'm done, said now I'm done, said now I'm done. No choking one, no smoking, no choking one, no smoking. Don't want your love, don't want your touch, don't want your gaze. No, I don't want mates, don't wanna eat, don't wanna sleep, 'cause I don't want you, and you don't want me, don't worry. Don't want me, 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 don't want.
Can we give it up for our band, Miss Mae and The Mob, everybody? Amazing. As you guys probably saw on the live stream, our commercial with Brothers Brewing, we've made a beer called Common Ground. It's an IPA with coconut and subtle hints of pineapple. It's amazing. You can get that at Brothers Brewing or our Bumaroo website, bumaroo.ca. We also have Bumaroo merch, which you can get on our website, bumaroo.ca. We have tote bags, handmade, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I'll get one myself. We have the Bumaroo t-shirt 2020. You can check those out. We partnered up with ZZZ Brantford. They made the t-shirt. They're awesome. I know I'm going to get one. They're awesome. And then we have our tapes, which are all of our bands that are playing today on the tape, and 50% of the proceeds from the tape go back to the band. So that's awesome. And you can, like I said, you can get that at bumaroo.ca. Now we're going to go over here, and we're going to check out our live art area. So you can see this. How's it going over here? Yeah, what do we got going on? And how many artists do we have working on these two pieces? Five, and you guys are gonna work all day? Awesome. Until it's done. Awesome. It's looking amazing. I think it's gonna be awesome. So at the end of this, it's gonna be cut into pieces, and then can be purchased at some point. I'm not sure when, but we'll figure that out. Next, you're going to be seeing one of our workshops, which is from Emma Ongman, and it's called cyanotypes. Cyanotypes. Sorry, I don't know anything about these, but I did watch a video on them, and they're pretty cool. I guess they were considered the original blueprints. So if you stay tuned, you can check that out. And on our website, it'll have a list of materials, so you can do this same thing at home. Check it out, folks.
Welcome to the Bumaroo Studios here. Turn it into my lab today. My name is Emma Ongman. I am photographer, artist, student here in Guelph, and today we're going to be making cyanotypes. What are cyanotypes? Cyanotypes are a printing and kind of creating, I guess, method without a camera that you can use to create a photograph. So you can either use objects to create a silhouette, or you can use a digital negative or a film negative. If you have something here, I just have a 4x5, but you can use like acetate that you print off from Photoshop, or today we're going to be using specimens that we gather around Guelph and maybe this backyard. We'll see. Carson's got some great objects so far, but you'll see those later. And yeah, pretty much it creates a white silhouette on a beautiful cyan background. And you can use, like, I guess this is just watercolor paper. We're going to be mixing art chemistry today, but you can also have pre-coated paper. And yeah, what do you need to get started? I have a tray here just to put water into for when we develop our chemistry. The watercolor paper, like I said, there isn't really any rules that you need when you have, like when you're painting the chemistry onto your substrate. You can use like white fabric, you can use watercolor paper. I'd recommend like a thicker paper just because thinner paper, you know, it's gonna, I don't know, rip, you know, get too wet, and I mean, everybody has some experience with water and printer paper, so thicker paper is better. This is, I think, just cold press. Hot press is usually smoother. These are our chemistry for today. It comes in two parts. So this is the potassium ferrocyanide, and this is the ferric ammonium citrate. And when they're mixed together, they produce the light-sensitive chemistry. You mix them together, you'll see, like, it'll turn a nice, fun chartreuse, like bright neon yellow. And once it's on there, it becomes light sensitive. I have a foam brush here You can use a normal brush too. I just saw foam brush is, you get less of the hairs. I don't know. People like to use them better, so use what you have. This is just a tray we're going to put the chemistry in. A fun spooky season because it's fall, measuring shot glass. If you just a normal shot glass will do it. Just a fun themed thing. But yeah, pretty much you want equal parts of both, so that's what that's for. I also brought a ruler just because this paper is quite big, and making some smaller cyanotypes will be nice. So we're gonna rip the paper later and see how the paper rips with this, because it's pretty thick, but if you rip the paper instead of cutting the paper, you get that nice ripped edge that is also like that old-timey feel. Since we're using alternative, like, beginning of photography process, I thought it'd be nice to have that old-timey feel. But yeah, I guess I can say more about cyanotypes and what they are and a little bit of history of photography. So it's actually really nice on the internet. People refer to cyanotypes as fixing a shadow, which I think is really poetic. And that's pretty much like what we're doing. Like, that's really what photography is just like fixing light, because your camera sees like what your eyes see pretty much, except your camera is not as smart as your eyes. But pretty much you have a small hole, like your pupil or your lens, that light rays travel through and hit the light sensitive, either your like back of your eyes or your film or your digital sensor. And today that's going to be our light sensitive material is our cyanotype. Actually, photography means, like, it literally translates to drawing with light. So, and actually photography was invented by 3 different people, like simultaneously at the same time, like in different places around the world. There was Joseph Niepce and Louis Daguerre and Henry Fox Talbot. Actually, the man who created cyanotypes was friends with Fox Talbot, which I think is pretty interesting. His name was Sir John Herschel, and he began creating cyanotypes kind of as a way to copy his notes. So using like clear paper, kind of like our negative, except instead of having a photograph, it was just like his written like words and stuff that he would expose onto the paper as a way to like have a photocopy of it. It's not used as much anymore, more so just by contemporary artists, but that's where the term blueprint comes from. And you see them a lot in like architectural drawings and stuff. Another fun fact, first woman photographer, Anna Atkins, illustrated the first like photographic book with cyanotypes. She was a botanist and has kind of like what we're doing today. Like, we're going to be taking like leaves and specimens and stuff and exposing them onto the paper. So you'll see like the silhouette of the plant. So that's pretty much what she did. If you want to search, her name's Anna Atkins. Should we get started? It's time. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, these are chemistry that you can mix, and that's what we'll be doing, but you can also get pre-coated paper that is safer. I don't know if you have kids or you just don't want to, like, it's an extra step to mix it and paint the paper. One thing I do like about painting the paper, though, is that you get the nice brush strokes and lines, and you can still see the white border of the paper, whereas if you use pre-coated paper, the whole paper just comes already as light sensitive. It's kind of like just a huge negative. So yeah, it's just preference what you want to do. One thing I forgot to mention is that the frame is really helpful as well, or just having like a piece of glass or something to put over your objects, because it helps keep everything in place and make sure that the sun doesn't get around, just so that you can have your clear, crisp, beautiful white silhouette on your cyan background. Okay, so let's get started and make our cyanotype. I guess we can cut the paper first. That would be. Also, all of the supplies will be linked on the website, so if you got lost and I was saying everything out of order or whatever, you guys can refer to the website and it'll tell you everything you need to make your cyanotypes. So these ones as in these chemistry mixed chemicals, potassium ferrocyanide and ammonium ferricitrate, they are from Jacquard brand, and I bought them here in Guelph at Wyndham Art Supplies. And I guess I'll just read you the instructions just so you get an idea of what they say. So in subdued lighting, mix equal parts solution A and solution B to create the cyanotype sensitizer. Mix only the amount you immediately need, as the sensitizer is stable just 2 to 4 hours. Coat paper or fabric with the sensitizer and allow to dry in air in the dark. Once dry, make exposures in sunlight 3 to 30 minutes, depending on conditions, or under a UV light source, placing objects or a film negative on the coated surface to create an image. Note that overexposure is generally preferred to underexposure. The print should look bronze in color after an adequate exposure. But we'll see that once we are ready and everything is coated and our adequate exposure is done. And then it says process prints in a tray of cool water, which will be here. Wash for at least 5 minutes, changing the water periodically until it runs clear. We'll just be agitating the tray so that we don't need water, but what people do in darkrooms as well is they'll have a tap continuously running and a hose just so that the water is continuously agitating on the paper. But we are going to save water and not do that and just agitate our tray, which is just means like moving it back and forth so that the water is continuously moving around on the paper. Allow to air dry. Over about 24 hours, the prints will oxidize to its final deep blue color. To instantly oxidize the print to its final color, submerge in a diluted bath of hydrogen peroxide after watching. You don't need to do that also. So here we go. Fun part. Yeah, the moment you've all been waiting for. Okay, so I'm gonna fill it just to his eyeballs. I think I mentioned that you want to have equal parts of both, so. Okay, so things are now light sensitive. And we are in the light, but that's just so you guys can see what I'm doing. But if you can have a dark place, I recommend doing it there. And now we will coat the paper. So having less of the chemistry on the paper is better, just so that it's less like material for the sun to go through. The thicker the chemistry is, the more exposure time it will need to like penetrate through and get that white silhouette. It's kind of thicker on that one side, so I'm just bringing it over to let the solution kind of fall down a bit. I have a lot of extra chemistry left, so I'm just going to coat another piece of paper for fun and not rip it. So we are having some fun, and testing out some alternative ways of making cyanotypes, and one of those ways is using salt. Salt reacts with the chemistry. Yeah. Quiet on set, please. I'm just kidding. That was a joke, but here we go. But also serious. No. But yeah, the salt reacts to the paper, so we will be having some fun and putting some salts. So there's some fun salt and chemistry. I'm gonna try to do that again, just with more liquid, because it looks kind of thin here. You want thin when you're using sun, but I think it helps react better when to the salt. I mean, at least when you have more chemistry on the paper.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll
Yeah.
show some more brush strokes too, since we're having fun experimenting anyways. Those are fun salts. See, you can see here that it kind of looks like it's spreading out.
Yeah. We make noise.
It kind of looks like,
We make noise.
I don't know, like crackled skin or like alligator. That's what I'm thinking of. But we can say something more beautiful for our viewers, like constellations or stars, not cracked alligators. Yeah, like you need some moisturizer on that. Okay, let's have fun and go for a walk. Okay, so now that we have coated our paper, Carson and I, my lovely lab assistant, are going to go find specimens to put on our paper and make cyanotypes out of that. Some beautiful plant silhouettes. Okay, so now we have all of our specimens in our lab ready. We can start laying them out and seeing what kind of composition we want for our cyanotype. Yeah, just start
Sound check, ready?
positioning things how you want them to look for your cyanotype. Let's have
One. Can I have a little more volume in here?
there.
Deeper core.
And then also looking back here to see how it will look. I don't know. I'm trying to like get you guys to be able to see it, but then also able to see. How's that? Good. I'm gonna move it a little bit over. That's okay. And then what else should we have? Our flower's kind of falling apart as I touch it.
Sort of poetic.
Yeah, it is poetic. You okay? Yeah, let's do that. And then for this one, I'm gonna try to go faster because I can already see the paper changing color. Let's do that. Do you want to get yours too?
This cost me a little piece of paper.
Okay, and then we'll go into the sun. The exposure time depends on the amount of light, so it can be anywhere from like 3 to 30 minutes. So we are now ready to wash. Once the background has turned like a brownish kind of gray color, I think it was about 10 minutes we had it under the sun. It really just depends on like how bright of the day it is. On more cloudy days, you might need like a half an hour exposure time, but we got lots of sun right now, no clouds, so we are ready to go wash our cyanotypes. So this is just water. The great thing about cyanotypes is you don't need fancy developing fixes and developing, stop, and fix. Just water. That's it. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more so when we agitate it can go. Okay, you guys ready for the magic? It's a good thing we're doing this outside. Look how big of a mess I'm making. So cool, right?
Heck yeah.
And there's our photogram. Oh, photogram too. I realized I was saying photograph before. I mean, it is a photograph, but this type of photograph, like with cameraless, just laying subjects for a silhouette on a background, is referred to as a photogram. One of my favorite artists who make photograms is Laszlo Naholi Nagy. Just fun fact. There's some purple in here too that I was not expecting. Right? So cool. So I'm gonna do the rest, just throwing them in, and you can, it doesn't matter that there's other pieces. It's just water, so. It's just really like what you want out of it. There's no rules. So this one, I'm thinking wasn't as bright in the sun, like the exposure is not as sharp as this one. That could also be just because this object was more 3D, that when it was pressed to the glass it had a tighter, like it was in tighter contact with each other. And we'll see if this fits in here. Might need to do part development. So because this one is staying darker, that means that it didn't expose long enough. Like it's supposed to be a white silhouette, but that's okay because this is cool too. Yeah, that's a cyanotype. This is Carson's beautiful photogram.
My collection of knickknacks and doodads.
Yeah, there's a term for that in art history. Cabinet of curiosities, where before they had like photographs or cameras to take pictures of like memories, people would bring back items from their travels and have like literally like drawers full of random things like tooths and stuff, and just be like, this is something I got from traveling the world here, and would just show their friends. So actually yours worked better and you didn't even have a clear film on it. But I guess that's, your object were heavier, which makes a difference too. But this leaf turned out great. But there's that nice blue cyan. And if you want to mess around with changing the colors and stuff, like taking black tea or black coffee, I was telling you before, yeah, you can get some cool results. Just boil some tea or some coffee and then have a tray like this that you're agitating the paper in, just like letting it soak. Your beautiful cyanotype.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad you found some cool objects to put on.
Sweet. Yeah, it's super awesome.
The one looks like a coffee stand, like a coffee cup stand, circle, perfect circle.
That's cool. Okay,
Right
so
over
yeah,
here?
It worked out really.
Yeah. I think that was a bracelet or a watch.
Yeah, it was a little watch bracelet I found on the ground somewhere.
This one is
Yeah.
still kind of like wet too, so this is just for fun to see what happens, really. Then it's not even like a light drawing, it's kind of just like chemical reaction drawing photograph, which is interesting. All right, so now we have made a bunch of awesome, fun, exciting cyanotypes. I hope you guys have a good time trying these out at home, and I'd love if you tag Bumaroo and I could see all the cool work you guys do. Yeah, thanks for coming along and watching. I'm so excited for the festival and to be a part of this. So, bye guys. So Co-Create is a collaboration residency that was created by Otherwise Studios and Bumaroo, who are two organizations based in Guelph that base their entire models off of bringing people together in the community.
We wanted to find this perfect opportunity to allow artists to continue creating together during a pandemic.
And so we decided to throw something together where we could pair up different artists from different disciplines to work together on collaborative creative projects.
It was such a treat how little moderating we had to do with most of the groups. Most of the groups got together and just went at it and ended up creating some amazing works.
This is our first check-in, and basically how we wanted to use this first check-in is to kind of go over how you've been communicating with one another and what you've kind of brainstormed, where you're at.
I was thinking that we could start out independently, and I write a song based off a character and she creates a character sculpture, and then we switch.
I've done call and response things before in collaborations, and I love it because you get the other person's input and perspective, and you're communicating, but you're also sort of working with your own sort of ebb and flow of creativity.
We both know like what we want it, obviously our outcome to be, but I think I want to be able to bring both sides together.
I've been like trying to build ideas off this idea of corrupted imagery, so we've been talking about like the term overexposed, that like in sound terms that would be oversaturated, like a little bit distorted. So I've been trying to work with that kind of lo-fi distorted vibe.
Okay, so it's basically we're throwing an outdoor social distance forest party.
Whoa, that's so cool!
Yeah, that's great.
Yay, see, this is why I knew you two would be great together.
The matchmaking process of Co-Create was actually a lot of fun. We had a bunch of applicants that submitted some questionnaires, and we took a look at their interests, what they wanted to get out of the program, and some of the things they enjoy about other disciplines of art. And so what we did, and we kind of have this down to a science, we used a big spreadsheet and paired up all the sort of like-minded individuals that applied, and we came out with something really great.
I think right off the bat, this is one that kind of got me a bit excited because it just seemed so made in heaven.
These two are like, they seem like really well connected. It's awesome.
Yeah. She's delightful. I met her for the first time yesterday. We were emailing and then we finally connected.
Plus, he's just really good at writing songs and already has two, and we just an EP makes sense. Leah creates such like magical musicscapes with her voice. It's like, yeah, I think that will bring a lot of the like earthy magic.
We're pretty freaking pleased with what's going on with the music and stuff.
Just reaching out to someone over the internet's kind of a scary thing sometimes. So this helped facilitate that. helped put people that we thought would work well together, kind of matchmaking style, and you know, we ended up with some pretty cool stuff.
So because of COVID-19, a majority of the correspondence between the participants was digital, which came with its own set of challenges.
Is he frozen?
I think he's frozen.
Yeah, I think he might be frozen.
I don't think he's staying that still. That would be like pretty impressive.
It was really interesting to see the solutions that people came up with to not being able to physically work together. And even in spite of people's limitations because of the pandemic, people found really creative ways to make something beautiful.
Because the residency is virtual, a lot of people had to set up their own home studios and recording spaces. We didn't have a physical space that people could come to necessarily to do the residency itself. A lot of it was dependent on people being able to create within their own spaces, within their own homes. So we actually got a sort of behind the scenes look through our Instagram Takeover series, where we're able to see some of the home recording studios that people built, or some of the painting and art studios that people built out of their homes.
Are you in your studio right now?
Yes, I am. AKA my parents' basement.
Don't undersell it. Don't undersell your studio.
Yes.
This project was really cool because we got to see people adapt and use whatever they had at their disposal.
I'm actually curious to see like how it works too.
It's very, I took some photos of it. It's basically an easel duct taped to the floor with my camera kind of duct taped to that, and then another easel. So
Gotta love duct tape.
One of the things that made me really happy was to see so many of the artists in the program reaching out of their own personal disciplines. We saw you know, people with backgrounds in music or poetry trying their hand at visual art mediums. We also saw, you know, a lot of our musical artists experimenting with different kinds of like field sound recordings and stuff. And so we ended up with a lot of really unique projects that really gave a lot of the artists an opportunity to sort of stretch out of their comfort zone and try some new stuff out and have somebody to share that experience with.
So a lot of the participants had the opportunity to record here at our Bumaroo HQ. We built a safe recording zone for everyone, and they had access to all of our like mixing expertise and recording facilities.
And with Otherwise Studios, they were able to bring people into their studio space to provide them with materials, with guidance, to provide them just the space to create. And I think that combined, the resources that we brought to the program for residents made it a really great experience for them.
The goals that we set out were to find artists that were eager and excited to be creative during this time. We wanted to showcase those artists and kind of highlight the things that they were working on in Co-Create and also outside of the residency. And we wanted to find ways to connect people. And I think we found some interesting ways of doing that.
microphone show.
Welcome back, folks. So if you're watching, you would have just seen our workshop on the cyanotypes, and I have the finished products here if you want to check them out. It's very neat. We have a leaf, maybe a ribbon of some sort. This thing, very cool. So if you didn't catch that, you can see it on the website bumaroo.ca. Again, we have our beer. And then after that video, you would have seen our co-create video. And if you want to see any of those finished products, you can see those at cocreateresidency.com. And we're gonna go back to the live art station to see the progress over here. How's it going, folks? How we doing? How we feeling? Yeah? This is actually super cool. I literally fell into a trance watching you guys. It was so peaceful over here. I know if I was doing it with my friends, it would turn into an argument like, you're painting over my thing. But you guys are doing so well. You're just so peaceful. It's awesome. I can't wait to see the finished product. I know everyone else is excited as well. And again, we're actually going to cut these up and you can buy them later on. Again, I'd like to mention our prize packs, and it's donate whatever you can, and you'll be entered in, and we'll do a draw later today around 4 o'clock for our prize packs. We have beer, we have hats, we have gift cards, we have pint glasses, you name it, we got tons of stuff. So now we're going to move on to our next band. Our next band is Hamilton-based, bunch of cute cuties that I just love. These folks are amazing. Give it up for Sea of Troubles, everybody.
Hey guys, we're Sea of Troubles, we're a Ramones cover band, and this is a minor threat song.
The song's called Eyeliner Wings.
Masons with big caps on the back of legacies. Retweet or click all trapped to your unfamiliar brand. What's the ending for cheap every busy beat for brand? The White House cul-de-sac and the walls are see-through vodka. Don't wanna know right where you stand. Bombs in the ring, eyeliner wigs. A forgotten shelter, not the type you had to train. A Machiavellian in the liner notes simply dead. Show straight spaghetti, belly full of shut up men. I'll smoke all your blood on my throat onto a string and rip it up. Watch where you stand, bombs in the ring, eyeliner wigs.
Thank you. This song is called Busted. It's about breaking your toes.
Just a flower child, I make you bug wild. Crimes I don't commit, tell me I
What is the wrong shit? You're my lover. Couldn't add it up to no other. And I'll show you who's got foreskin. Don't you know, honey, that I'm busted? Aim your arrows to the sky. My life is full of dry bread. Things left unsaid. I am never want, and I never would. Adding our love in a nice little funeral that you would. And I ain't no motherfucking scared. Oh, honey. But I am busted. The song's called Farce. It's about the opposite of whatever a farce is. Or what? No, what a farce is. It's a farce. So farce. It's about Royal Canadian Air Farce. That's the song. And this is how it goes. About being bored, this one. It's called Bored. Found my heart in American God come? One, two, three, four. All postmodern man. No road of denial is a dangerous run. Across your soul, sure is colder in the winter of disconnected fun. Think of parts attached to your uncomfortable affect. And cut them. Who cut out your most valuable part? Your concern. Worst of your troubles. We are a band. Look us up, maybe, or something. We're from Hamilton. If you know any song, you would know this one. This is by the Ramones. The song is called "I Don't Like Matt's Hat." It's called "I Don't Want to Go Down to the Basement." It's about basements. Thank you. Sponsored water break? I'm kidding. It's not sponsored. Like water has received streams, fake things. Yes. Set was brought to you by water. Well, there's no apologies here, so I guess you got it. I'm just a toe that's broken at the foot. Everybody you know will tell you that I am full of soot. Crawls all time softly, it goes just for foot. You call me a bitch, I call you a son of a gun. You're like a ship that's cracking at the seams. song's called Futanari now. This is about loving various femmes regardless of their genitalia. It's called Futanari!
Hey little honey, don't you taste good? Walk around my neighborhood. Fancy dress from a thrift store. Show some skin, tell me what's more. More to this than the sex is. I'll take you and your offenses. Bust her down on a mattress. Take it down on a mattress. I'm so sick when I see you. Hentai flows like your Goku. I got more than I ever thought. How about you and your Futanari? The Futanari! The Futanari! The Futanari! Julian, taking pictures of myself. I cannot keep moving away. This way, Suzanne. Which pictures to throw right out? I need you to end this drought. Got your hands on my instead. Kiss my neck like I'm munching. When you don't come off arrogant, it's almost like you don't know anything. Heretics on your Tumblr. I can sure love another. Amateur with your brother. Take a chance like taking pictures of myself. I cannot stay away. This way, choosing which pictures to throw right out. I need you to end this drought.
Thank you. Yeah, quarantine, right? I know, totally. Yeah, how's your couch? How's your chair that you're sitting in right now, live stream people? I hope you have a comfortable chair, beanbag, whatever. Are you cross-legged? Wow, that's impressive. How long can you hold that pose for? I don't fucking know. This song is cool. This song is called Shame Police, and I want to make an amendment to this song. This is about mean, bad, evil, immoral, not so friendly police officers, because I was feeding today, and a cop pulled me over, and he was really nice, actually. I just hope he's a good guy. But this is about the bad ones who aren't so friendly and stuff. The song, that's, what? Yeah, whatever he said. Anybody call a cab? Get it? A cab. This song is called Shame Police.
Shame police! Shame police! Broke all my insides and grocery! Shame police! Shame police! Throw up and spit out some Maryland! I don't wanna remember the summer. I don't want you to tell on your mother. There's so much, I quake like a Haitian. This type of shit is just righteous indignation. Last to see with a heretic silent. I know all the lights and it can't save. I don't want you to praise anybody. I just want you to come home and fuck me. Shame police! Shame police! Shoot up and spit out some Maryland! Shame police! Shame police! Broke out my insides and grocery! Can't you mark me with nonsense you branded? I'm just caught in your hands, unoffended. It'll stick when I'm living in pieces. Honor God when I say fuck you. Jesus, tell me discreetly. You really not see me the way you used place. I'm all done, God is trying to tell from same place. I'm all done, God is trying to tell from same place. I'm all done, God is trying to tell from.
Thanks. This song's called Synagogue.
Spin, spin, fuck, and I lived way back when. Tried to hide enough to get back home. It's trying to hide enough to make smiles at libraries. I never want to touch no one that looks like you already. So long, a bag of bones. I made it harder to go my line. I'm torn like a synagogue. I'm on, and I just wanna.
Thank you. Thank you for having us, Bummer. We love the Bummers. So many great Bummers around. This is our last tune. This is our Gimp, Johnny Over. He's our guitar player for today. Thanks for having us. This song's called Reggie Side. This is our last water break for the day. We love water. It's good for you. Oh, thank you for what?
Also, my mic is not.
Probably. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Today so vacant. Finally shot the floor and won't it die? Alright, alright, alright. In line, in line, in line. Won't fight, won't fight, won't fight, won't sell my soul. Be inside. Alright, alright, alright. An anti-socialite. One conversation with you, sell my soul. Doesn't ever secret. Things get so easy when she's home. I'm just not strong enough to beat this. Give me something sweet for when I go. Go, go, go. Alright, alright, alright. In line, in line, in line. Not fight, won't fight, won't fight, won't sell my soul. Beat inside. Alright, alright, alright. An anti-socialite. One conversation with you, sell my soul. Alright, alright, alright. In line, in line, in line. Won't fight, won't fight, won't fight, won't sell my soul. Be shot. Alright, alright, alright. An anti-socialite. One conversation with you. Sell my soul for register.
Thank you, Bumaroo. We're Sea of Troubles. Good night.
Give it up for Sea of Troubles, everybody. Can we do that? Sea of Troubles. We just want to take a quick moment, Bumaroo. We want to thank all of our sponsors. So I've got a list here I'm going to read off. We'd like to thank the City of Guelph, Brothers Brewing, Culture Days, Guelph Arts City Council, Guelph Neighborhood Support Coalition, Downtown Guelph Business Association, Long and McQuaid, Silence, Z Branford, and Ed Video. So thank you to all of our sponsors. I just want to give everyone a reminder that you can get our merch at bumaroo.ca. All of our merch, we got our tote bags, our tapes, our t-shirts. 50% of the tapes go to the bands you've seen today, and that's what's on the tapes is the band. So you could hear Sea of Troubles as well. Don't forget our prize packages. Any donation will get your name in a draw for these, and it's any amount. So whatever you want to pay, that will get you a chance to win these. We're going to check out our live art station, see how the progress is going over here. How you guys doing? You doing good? Doing good? Look, we got a horse now. How'd that happen? That would take me years to learn how to do. There's a bird. So again, you can we're going to be cutting this up, and you can purchase some of that art at the end of all of this, and we're going to see the final product at the end of the day. So next, we're going to move on to our fast fashion video. It's very cool. It's 2 people competing head to head, making custom garments, which after the video we will show you what they came up with, and you can vote on Instagram for your favorite piece. So check that out on our Instagram page, Bumaroo, on Instagram. And so here, enjoy the video. Thanks.
Fast fashion! 2 competitors go thread to thread with only 20 minutes on the clock. Whose garment will win? You decide.
Hi everyone, I'm Ellie. I run Double Dipped. It's an upcycled clothing company. I take old shirts, sweaters, pants, you name it, and I make them into fun, sustainable, unique, one-of-a-kind clothing.
My name is Toby Binder. I'm in my last semester at the University of Guelph for music. With Virgo Apparel, I make sustainable, slow fashion with used materials in order to demote fast fashion. And with Virgo Sewing, I restore and repair vintage and antique machines so that people can have reliable machines that won't break after a few years.
So today I brought with me a Model 54 Kenmore 1954 machine. I brought it because I like lifting weights and it's super heavy. It has a really powerful motor, stitches are super clean, and it has a very beautiful lilac and creme decor to it, which I'm a huge fan of.
So the decision behind that machine was, it was actually made in Guelph, somewhere around 1879 or 1880, and it's called a Raymond No. 1, and I thought it would be a really nice way to showcase that machine. And it's also going to be featured at the library for Culture Days starting on September 25th. All right, here you are.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love crazy fabric, and I have a weird affinity for like children's like quilting fabric. So for Toby, I wanted to pick kind of the weirdest fabric I had available.
I gave her 100% cotton cut into 4 different pen-like pieces with a long waistband piece and an elastic which will be inserted at the end.
You gave me elastic.
The elastic can be done later.
No.
It's your worst nightmare.
I do not know how the fuck to make pants. That knows that I don't sew pants.
The most difficult part and the essence of this competition is not knowing beforehand and not being able to plan. It's very important to plan everything before you sew, because once you sew then you're all set up. But the hardest part, I should say, was just being thrown into it out of the blue.
3, 2, 1, and so it begins.
No.
I was really nervous going into this competition because, one, I was working on a antique treadle machine without electricity or reverse, and I knew that Ellie was going to be giving me something that was probably unfamiliar to what I'd been making before.
These guys are sewing machines.
When I looked at the pieces Toby gave me, I had to like rack my brain for memory of how to sew the crotch together on a pair of pants. Like, I don't know why it slips my mind every time, but yeah, crotches, they're sensitive areas in more ways than one, so.
Once we had our machines all threaded up and everything ready to go and we had all the pieces laid out, I felt a little bit more at ease because I was then able to imagine how I was actually going to go about sewing it rather than it being just a complete mystery before.
There's a hole.
In the fabric?
No, I just poked one. That's fine. Yeah, no, we're done. Are these women's pants?
Yes.
Got some hips on them.
My calculations were correct. They ought to fit you at the end.
Size 26 waist?
Yeah.
Hopefully. Okay.
15 minutes.
Oh, shit. I bet she hasn't oiled that thing in 2 weeks.
Oh God. These are so incorrect. All right.
I bet her bobbin was winded unevenly. Honestly, I'm really sorry.
I'm gonna hem them. I think I'll have time.
Oh my god. Maybe I ought not to be sorry then.
So, elastic, I just did it and it happened and it went in the casing just fine, and my hands are usually really sore, but I just kind of stuck through the pain and pronto, she done.
Of course, I made a huge mistake. I attached the whole back piece on backwards, leaving the sewn seam on the outside of the garment rather than on the inside, and it was absolutely terrible. What I had to do was undo the whole seam through the middle of the back piece and then re-sew it from the inside so that it would look clean.
Oh my God, that's
Don't worry, Ellie, I just made a huge mistake. I have to undo a whole ass seam.
No, you got this, you got this. I shouldn't be encouraging my competitor, but that's what I am, so.
You know I've made a mistake when the seam ripper comes out.
Needless to say, things are ramping up.
3 minutes.
Okay, I don't know why these have a hole.
Oh my god. Those look so good.
Got some pants.
Okay, I just need to finish this one at the seam.
How quickly can you hem a pant leg? Oops.
Ooh, that thing's roaring.
So instead, he won't win this race.
Okay. They're done.
I'm so impressed.
Yay! We'll have a nice little like.
Lovely. And I even have a little pocket for my seam rippers.
I would wear that teddy bear shirt if I was going to a rave. I'd probably like cut it a little lower, you know, get the out there, but otherwise, yeah, for sure.
Well, I did have a chance to try it on, and I think it would be a nice summertime outfit if I was feeling audacious one day, but it would definitely have to be for a certain occasion.
Judy.
Incredible.
They're a little tight in the back. You can wear them. If you're confident enough, you can wear anything. Hell no! That boy sewed the wrong sides of the fabric together. The back side is all faded because he sewed the wrong side towards the good side. He doesn't know what he's doing. If anyone knows what they're doing, it's me. I've been sewing way longer than him. My business is like booming, and I'm your girl, trust me. I sew those pants like a champ. I don't even know how to sew pants. And I did it. So, vote for me.
I think Ellie has a chance. I think that we both have a good chance. Who will win? I can't say for sure. The audience will have to decide for themselves.
Was he really nice? No!
It's perfect.
Should I do a version of me being nice?
No.
And we're back, folks. You just saw Double Dipped and Virgo go head-to-head in a garment making competition, which you can see I am sporting right now. What do you guys think? You guys... Okay, she'd be whistling, but she's wearing a mask. That means something. Yeah, so don't forget, you can vote for your favorite garment for the winner of that contest on our Instagram page. Check out our story there. Sorry, I just have to check here. So earlier in the broadcast, you would have seen our co-create video, and next up, we actually have some of the finished products, so you can kind of check out what that's all about. So check it out, folks. Here it is, co-create residency videos.
keep looking at you, and you keep looking at me. Oh, I'm a default alchemy. Please look out for me. Oh, and I haven't been talking to you, and you haven't been talking to me. Oh, I'm a default alchemy. Please look out for me. Oh, quick. The cabs are ready outside this cold night. It's not mine. Hurry up and finish your booze. I'm not that drunk. I'm not in the mood. Loud booms, it's all of the lights. I trip when you walk in on the shoes that cover the floor. I hear shots, take shots, this party's war. You're sitting out the edge of a couch, and my friend says you look just like her, but I laugh and think to myself, you're more young, so we're good to anything else. But there's no music could lose this shit like stop. Who the fuck stopped my backpack? The pushing starting up, but I don't even move an inch, 'cause I keep looking at you, and you keep looking at me. Oh, I'm a default alchemy. Please look out for me. Oh, and I haven't been talking to you, and you haven't been talking to me. Whoa, I'm a default alchemy. Please look out for me. Oh, but you're about to walk away. Think cool cars and anxious things I shouldn't say. Like you say, I got no plans. The weekend is naked. I cancel plans on the weekend so we can get naked. I cannot imagine the people whose feelings get traded from good to bad under the pretense so we will get faded and get drunk and then talk religion so we can debate it. And have zero regrets, baby, but this is a Vegas. So we do things, they stay with you, they follow and admit truthfully. I haven't met you, but I can still miss you. Right, left, stumbling out, I gotta dismiss you. Cigarette, split, spit, the piss and resist. Thinking if I had any balls that I would just kiss you. But in the world won't stop, I'ma miss you. So maybe we die, you don't want him running that down. Maybe we don't die, you don't want him running that down. Maybe you're just a girl and I'm forgetting the ground. You're wearing lipstick, I'm covered in doubt. Where have all of my friends gone? This party shit there. Maybe they went home, but maybe they figured it out. That maybe nothing else exists except all it is now me and you in the moment and the skid is splashed out on the couch. So half now. Fuck it.
So what you just saw was our co-create project videos, the finished product. If you want to see more of those, you can check them out at co-createresidency.com. I just want to remind you our prize packs that we've got here that I've mentioned all day. You can go to bumaroo.ca and you can donate anything you want to get into the draw to win one of these 3 prize packs. You only have about a half an hour left to do so. After our next performance, that's when it's done, and then we're going to be drawing the winners. So without further ado, we're going to bring up our next artist. So give a warm welcome to Kitzl, everybody.
Don't let it take us all. No one to make it
Thank you for having me, Bumaroo, kangaroo. Let's turn this off. Kitzl, and hello. That is all. This next song is a new one that I haven't released yet, but I'm going to soon. I have a new song coming out in a couple weeks. It's not this one. Two more. Two more. This is a cover of a Sia song called Breathe Me that I really like, and I'm just gonna sing it over backing track because I haven't produced a live version of it really. I've done it again. I have been here many times before. Hurt myself again today. And the worst part is there's no one else to blame. Be my friend. Ooh, hold me, wrap me up. Unfold me, I am small. And needy, you warm me up. And breathe me. Oh, child, done it again. Lost myself and I am nowhere to be found. And I think that I might break. Lost myself and I feel unsafe. Be my friend. Ooh, hold me, wrap me up. Unfold me, I am small. And needy, you warm me up. And breathe me. And breathe me. And breathe Be my friend. Ooh, hold me, wrap me up. Unfold me, I am small. And needy, warm me up. So this is my last song. It's called Lean on That, and It's also not released, but I'm excited about this one. I really like this one.
It was meant for you. It was meant for me. That I have a plan for you, and I want us to meet. I'd always feel like I was going down, going down. But I promise I'm not like that now. Everybody gets a burn in the fire. I can lean on that, lean on that. Everybody knows the fumes take you higher. I can lean on that, lean on that. Everybody gets a spell on their skin, and you don't touch that or you might fall in. Ooh, you just see what you wanna see. Looking over me. Everybody else gets a burn in the fire. I can lean on that, lean on that. Everybody knows the fumes take you higher. I can lean on that, lean on that. Everybody gets a spot on their skin, and you don't touch that or you might fall in. Ooh, you just see what you wanna see. Looking over me. You just see what you wanna see. Looking over me. I'm It wasn't meant for you. It was meant for me. That I have a plan for you.
Thank you so much. And have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. Give it up one more time for Kitzl. Can we do that? That was awesome. A B. The votes are in for the fast fashion contest, and we have a winner. The winner is Virgo Sewing and Apparel by not much. It was actually back and forth throughout the vote. So congratulations, Virgo Sewing and Apparel. That was awesome. I just want to let everyone know that the donations are done for the prize pack. So that will be announced. The winners will be announced around 4 o'clock. So keep an eye out for that. If you did donate, you'll find out who won and which prize pack you won. Again, we have Bumaroo merch that you can get at bumaroo.ca. We have tote bags, we have t-shirts, and we have the tapes with all the music from all the bands you've seen today. 50% of the proceeds will go right back to the bands, so that's fantastic. We're going to go over here. We're going to check out the live art again. It's coming down to the end of the day, so they've been working at this for hours now, so let's check it out. It looks amazing. It's awesome. Look at this. This is fantastic. You guys are doing a fantastic job. How do you feel? Feeling good? Again, tired? Awesome. That's amazing. So again, that will be for sale as well at the end of the festival. So you can check that out online. So next up, we're going to do another workshop. So you can check that out. It's going to be an upcycle tote bag workshop. So check that out, and we'll be back with you soon.
Hi, we're Otherwise Studios from Guelph, Ontario. My name is Omri, and this is Abby. And we're recording out of Otherwise Studios here in the ward. And we are about to do a tote making workshop with you.
Yes, so we're super excited to be here. Thank you, Bumaroo, for having us. Tonight we're going to be doing a workshop using things that hopefully you have available to you from your home, but we're making these super cute t-shirt tote bags and using potatoes to print with. So Omri and I are gonna go over the basic steps of this workshop. Omri's gonna be taking on how to create the actual tote bag, and I'm gonna be showing you how to make a potato stamp.
So first off, if you have just any old t-shirt that you're not using anymore, you can use a t-shirt or a long-sleeved shirt, even a sweater if you've got one around, anything that has sleeves, so even a tank top would work. What we're gonna do is we're going to cut off the sleeves because I've got a little kind of half t-shirt here. So we'll start by just cutting off the sleeves so that you're making yourself kind of a tank top. And this is going to be your handles for the tote bag. And this is really great because if you work at any kind of a camp or a store that gives you t-shirts every month and you're not so keen on the fashion waste, then you can reuse those tote bags and bring it to the market, you can bring it to the store, and then you don't have to buy reusable bags either.
And I wanted to show a little bit of a demo of how they kind of fit and work. So here are my books, and there is my tote bag. So you can now rock it all over Guelph. And so I'm gonna just kind of show off now how to prep your potato. So you're just gonna wanna get any regular potato. You can also use things like linoleum, wood block, if you're looking to do kind of more advanced print for this craft, but we thought we were gonna just use something very simple and super fun. And so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna cut it open, and you're gonna wanna try to remove as much moisture as possible from your surface. This is going to allow you to put more ink on, it's gonna allow you to maybe draw an image on there if you need a little bit of a stencil. I'm gonna do a fairly simple design because I'm going to pattern it onto the t-shirt. So I'm going to just draw a quick image of what I'm going to be cutting out. Doesn't need to be very technical, can be fun.
And while she does the drawing on the potato, I'm just gonna show you quickly. So I cut off the sleeves, and I also cut the neckline a little bit because I had a higher scoop. So I just cut that so that it's easier access. If you're picturing a tote bag and you wanna reach in, it's just like a bigger hole at the top. And what I'll do is at the bottom, you're going to want to, what we're gonna do is cut tassels so that you can tie. This is a no-sew tote bag, so you can tie together the bottom to make it not have a hole in the bottom.
Yeah, so no need to have a sewing machine for this craft. So again, you'll only need a potato, a t-shirt, and then maybe some carving tools and scissors. So right now what I'm doing is I'm carving a solid, maybe like 2 centimeters away from the surface of your potato. This is going to be the depth of your relief print. Unlike linoleum, with potato stamps, you're going to want to get a little bit more depth to your print, just to prevent any globbing of your paint when you go to print. But don't worry too much. It's very forgiving, and if you mess up, you can always remove more. So I am literally just cutting this potato out, and if you've ever carved a pumpkin, it's very, very, very similar to that. And if you have carved a pumpkin, you know about the safety of handling sharp utensils. They are tools, so just be mindful of where your hands are in relation to where the knife is going. And so since we are doing a relief print, which means it's something that you're carving and then going to be physically stamping, and it's just the surface of the top that is going to be printed, you're going to want to think about your image in terms of it being flipped. So if you are spelling something, if it's a symbol, if it matters, if it goes backwards, kind of think about kind of flipping that image. Otherwise, if it's just like a heart or a butterfly or cool lines, it's totally fine to not even consider that in your process.
And a really good tool to use too, just as we're both kind of carving and cutting away, a good tool if you're using text is to just straight up Google a text reverse generator. And you want the reverse, a mirror generator instead of just backwards, because if you Google making text backwards, it'll just show you a word backwards. So if I'm spelling my name, A-H-M-R-I, it'll show me I-R-M-H-A. But if I want to make it mirrored, then it'll show me the actual letter flipped as if it was in a mirror, which will then make your text appear in the right direction when you print it.
Yeah. So I've just removed the first layer of the potato skin, and you can already see that it looks more like a stamp. So essentially we are just making stamps out of potatoes.
So I've gotten to the end of my tassel making for a tank top, and of course Abby and I are doing this at the same time. We're tag teaming this, so it's a pretty quick process, but even if you're doing it by yourself, doing the t-shirt and then creating the stamp, it's super quick, super easy, very accessible materials, and you can kind of ramp it up with linoleum or wood, which we can talk about a little bit later. But what I've done with the tassels is I have cut these, I guess like inch-long strips at the bottom of my shirt, and I put a line across. So I just took a ruler and a piece of charcoal, a pencil would work, some chalk would work as well if you've got a dark piece or a dark shirt. And I just made a line across the bottom where I wanted my tassels to end, so where the bottom of your toe would be. You don't need this step. You can just kind of eyeball it, but it does help make sure that the bottom is sort of straight. And then as I'm approaching the edge of the t-shirt, I already did it on one side, but I'll show you on this side just as I'm finishing up. You have the edge of the t-shirt where it kind of like loops around your body, and you just want to cut the seam so that you have an even number of tassels. And I'll show you why that's important in a second. So I have these tassels, and I'm purposely making it so that my design of the t-shirt is going to be on the outside and my tassels are actually going to be hanging, but you can hide your tassels as well, so you can flip it inside out, which you can do if you want kind of your potato stamp to take precedence over the print that's on the t-shirt.
Yeah, I remember when we first kind of came across this sewless tote bag, I was like so excited for it to be tassel free, but I know Omri was like, I don't know why anyone would hide this. The tassels are where it's at, so you can definitely pick and choose. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can make the tassels longer too. I've made them a little bit shorter just because I wanted a bigger bag. But if you were to bring the cuts all the way up to, say, like the middle of the t-shirt, you would have these nice kind of long, dangly tassels, which would add to the piece. And you can even, like, if you are a sewer already and you have scrap pieces of material hanging around, you can add them to this bag as well and just kind of tie them in so that you have multicolored tassels. Yes, I really love the tassels. So,
you do, I know that.
But we'll show you both sides of it. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking, you can see that I've cut the kind of inch apart. It doesn't really matter how thick your tassels are. It just depends on, like, if you want them to show, then you can kind of consider what you want them to look like. If you don't want them to show, it's probably better to make them smaller so that they're not as chunky on the inside when you flip it. But basically you're tying the front of the t-shirt and the back of the t-shirt together. And I'm just doing a simple knot. So anyone can do this, kids, adults, seniors, angsty teens, anyone. It's a nice kind of TV activity. And I'm just giving it a double knot. So
yeah,
we're gonna go all around.
maybe soaking up the last little bit of sunshine that we have these days, sitting outside.
It's a great mindless kind of hand activity to do.
Yeah.
And especially fun if you don't know how to sew. It's a good intro on, like, working with textiles, but not necessarily knowing how to use a sewing needle. So I'm just gonna go all the way across the bottom of the tank top, and you can kind of see the progress there. And I'm gonna go all the way across.
And so as Omri's doing that, you can maybe see that I'm kind of carving away some negative space to make my print. So when you're making any relief print, you want to consider the positive and negative space. The positive space is the space that you're going to have ink or paint on, and the negative space is everything that you're carving away. And that is essentially going to be the color of your surface that you're printing on. In this case, that's our fabric. So for this, I'm doing a very simple line work, I would say, and I plan on printing it in repeat to make somewhat of a pattern. So it doesn't need to be super fancy. And how I'm doing that is sometimes I'm going in at a 90-degree angle with my knife, and then to carve those sections out, I'm going in at a 45 just to remove those things. And you want to be kind of delicate because since you are carving away these little pieces, if by accident anything slips, there's a chance that you might not move, but lose one of those little stamp elevated pieces. It's not the end of the world. It's a potato. You can, if it was like something that was essential to your print, you can always just grab another potato. But if it's not, then I have a philosophy that we turn our mistakes into masterpieces. So if it's not mandatory for your piece, don't fret and move on. Sometimes the best mistakes kind of make up a whole piece.
It's actually really fun trying to work with mistakes, and it's sort of inevitable too. If you're carving for the first time, you're bound to make a mistake that maybe it didn't turn out the way that you wanted to, or you slipped, like Abby was saying, and you cut off a piece that you didn't want. But it's a great mindset to have, to just, instead of getting upset about it, to work with it and see what you can create with it from there.
Totally. And so if you have a compost nearby, since it is potato, it's organic material, so you can just be putting that in the compost. I'm just putting it aside for now. And my stamp is complete. What I'm going to want to do, since it's all fresh and moist, I'm actually going to take just a piece of fabric, and this one is just a sleeve from the last t-shirt that I cut. And you're just going to dab it, make sure that it's not too moist. And look what just happened. I have a little wiggly piece. It hasn't completely fallen off, but it's hanging on there, so I might lose it midway when we're printing. But for now, it's fine.
Yeah, and I'll just show you quickly too. This is sort of what a tassel bag would look like, and you can use the sleeves as the handles and put your items in there. Or if you wanted to flip it, which is what we did for that example tote, you would just quite simply flip the t-shirt inside out, and you can cut that tag off as well. And then you have a t-shirt without the tassels. So what's happening there with the curve is most likely because this t-shirt was, it had like a scoop bottom.
It was styled.
It was styled,
It was
yes,
styled.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just a matter, it probably had something to do with maybe I didn't cut it straight, but the style of the t-shirt that you grab as well will have an effect on how you cut the tassels.
And how cool your tote bag will look.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't want the seams too, you can do kind of this in reverse. You can flip your t-shirt inside out and do the tassels that
Yeah,
way.
so I would be cutting it and tying it this way, so the tassels are on like an inside out t-shirt, and then I would flip it the opposite way so there's no seams.
Yeah. All right, so friends, I think we've come to the point in the workshop where we actually get to start printmaking. So for those of you who have printed before, there's lots of different ways and materials you can use. You could use ink, which is like the proper material that you would typically use for something like a linoleum. For this, since it's not super technical, you can use just everyday acrylic paint. Things you might want to invest in something that will be a little bit more permanent on your fabric if you do decide to eventually wash these tote bags. For this, we're actually just going to be using some house paint because we have tons lying around the studio. And I know myself, I have lots at home from home projects, so you might have some as well.
And if you don't, acrylic paint is super easy to get anywhere. You can get house paint from any kind of hardware store, but you can also get just plain old acrylic bottles, which come in these, sorry for my reach,
Nope,
they come in these little bottles at the dollar store. So you can get them in a few different colors. So it's a pretty inexpensive investment if you are interested in doing this. What was I going to say? Oh, the fabric paint. If you want to get fabric paint for something that's more, like Abby said, can resist water or can resist getting put through the wash, you can get fabric paint from any art store, and then you would work it the same way, but then you can just put it through a dryer or use a hair dryer to heat set it so that it stays on whatever surface you're printing on.
Yeah, and fun fact, Wyndham Arts supply store downtown has fabric medium, so you can take that medium and put it in any paint, and it makes it actual fabric paint. So something maybe a little bit more advanced to invest in.
And that's always fun too if you have an acrylic paint color that you love, and you can't find it in a fabric paint.
Like a nice neon pink. Ooh. So we're doing tassels.
We're doing tassels.
We're doing tassels.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I have just coated this surface with some paint. Each time you print your potato stamp, since we are just using regular paint and it's a potato, you're going to want to reapply that medium each time you print. So I'm going to start up at the top. I'm going to apply firm pressure. And there we got our cute little stamp. Here we go.
And you can make it super simple and just have one stamp. You can also, so we cut the potato this way, but you can also cut it long ways so you have more of a surface on your potato to make a bigger design. Of course, I think if you buy a sweet potato, generally those are larger than just a regular kind of field potato, yellow potato. So you can think about size when you do this. You can have one stamp, or you can do what Abby's doing and make a pattern. And Abby's also, it's a nice way of creating a pattern when you rotate the design.
Good call, yeah.
which is a simple way of making something look like it's a little more complex than it actually is.
Yes, exactly. And you can have fun with this. Like you can have multiple potatoes and kind of work in different shapes and play with orientation. You can also play with multiple different colors. Like you could be wiping in between colors so that you have more of a variety on your tote bag. We wanted to kind of highlight how simple and easy this process is. So for this workshop, we're just going to be using one color, but the world is your oyster.
Yeah, because if I wanted to, I could take this potato and sort of, that's just the other half of, it's the same potato, so it's no waste really. It's the same material, and could go along the bottom. So potatoes are one way. While Abby's doing this, I'll just sort of talk about stamping. If you are interested, if this is something that you want to continue, potatoes are the easiest, most accessible, I would say, form of printmaking, but there are lots of different types of printmaking. The ones that are sort of closest to this form would be either woodblock or linoleum, which are both materials that you can get at art stores. Wood, of course, you can get at any kind of hardware store or scrap bins on the side of the road even.
You want something fairly soft, like pine would be ideal.
Yeah, something that's easy enough to carve into. I would say from the potato, it would probably be easiest to move on to linoleum. So this is an example of a lino block. It's just
specifically soft.
Yeah, this is soft oleum. It came from linoleum flooring. The first, I think the first lino block came from an actual lino flooring, piece of flooring. So there is like a harder carving lino, but this is soft oleum. So as you can see, it's super bendy, it's super easy to manipulate, and you use similar tools to what Abby was using for the potato carving, and you just carve away at the soft oleum. It's very similar. It feels like a rubber eraser, which is one of my favorite things to do as well. I think Abby's favorite is potato stamps and mine are rubber eraser stamps, just because they're so easy and super quick and accessible. And the nice thing about linoleum as well, I guess you could do it on potatoes, is that they are double-sided. So you can carve on both sides, which is a nice kind of, if you maybe mess up or if you want to save on costs, you can use both sides because you don't have to carve too deep.
We love minimal waste here at Otherwise Studios.
Yeah. Another way that you can use linoleum is if you carve out the stamp. This is a super little tiny stamp, but we carved around the shape that we wanted, and then it's easier if you're lining up and doing, like if I wanted to put this cactus on top of Abby's abstract circles, I could easily line it up to exactly where I wanted it to go if I wanted to print on top. So that's a nice way of doing sort of layered stamps. And then the other way is woodblock, which we talked about. A soft wood is best if you have like a pine, something that's easy to carve into so that you're not slipping and hurting yourself. But despite it being soft, you want to be careful of slipping and hurting yourself because wood is harder just in general, so it's easier to kind of lose track of where your carving tool is going. But this is another form of printmaking that you could use. It's similar, like the relief process.
Yeah. And this is like, comes from long traditions of people making prints and fiddling around and experimenting, and I'm sure there's lots of other ways you can do relief prints that we haven't even thought of. So get creative, check out what you have available in your house.
Pretty much anything you can carve into or make an indent will make a print. So styrofoam, like anything that you can make. We've made prints from tinfoil before, even when you can make a slight indent in tinfoil. So you get creative, go through your recycling bin. It's a lot easier than it might seem because printmaking seems pretty daunting, but it's actually very accessible when you
Look
think
at it,
about
I'm printing with a potato.
On an old t-shirt.
Yeah. So this is going to be the last one I do. And for all of you who've been gasping at my little guy who almost fell off repeatedly, he made it through the whole process. And we've got a lovely tote bag to rock all of our goodies. I'm gonna take my beautiful books. Oh, sorry. And I'm going to put them into my brand new tote bag. And
Yay.
I'm gonna rock it around town.
Ready for the farmer's market.
Doot, doot, doot.
And that's a super easy way of making a tote from pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
And there's lots of different ways that you could do this. This isn't the only way, lots of different materials. And if you ever have any questions, you can always reach out to us.
Yeah, we'd love to see what you work on. We want to see pictures. We want to see your little home studio where you're working. We're super eager to see what you come out with. Cool. Thanks for coming to the studio
Thank
today.
you.
Fingers actually is probably the best. Yeah, sure. And we're doing playing it first, I guess.
I'm so shotgun. I'm so shotgun.
I'm not getting any vocals here.
Yeah, you could.
Hey, 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 check. 1, 2, hey, hey.
A touch more if you can.
Hey, check. Cool.
Yeah, that should be good.
It was like really loud. Yeah, you could probably bring me down just a hair.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. But honestly though, like, I feel like you should come up a bit.
I could probably go up a touch then, if you're coming down.
Still.
Hey, yeah.
Yep. Can I get a little more, like slap or something?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Hey.
I could get less keyboard if possible. Less keyboard. Yeah. No, That's good.
And we're back, folks. How are you doing? We have the winners of our prize packs. We told you that with our last performance that we would have those ready. So here they are. The first winner of the first prize pack here. We ready? Megan Perez is the winner of our first prize pack. Number 2, everybody. Suzanne Sauvé is the winner of number 2. And the final prize pack, the third prize pack, is Richard Swarting. So congratulations to all the winners of the prize packs. Those of you at home, you can still donate to Bumaroo if you'd like. So there is still that link and that option to do so. And we still do have all of our merch on the website, bumaroo.ca. You can get t-shirts, tote bags, and cassettes with all of our band's music, and 50% of the proceeds of the tape go to the band. We do want to just check out the art for a final time. They've been working for over 3 hours on this, which is absolutely incredible. So over 3 hours of painting with 5 different artists, and look at this. It's amazing. It's amazing what they have done. Wow. And like I said before, that will be for sale, so you can check that out coming up. And we want to say thank you again to our sponsors, so I'm going to read them off again. We're going to thank the City of Guelph, Brothers Brewing Company, Culture Days, Guelph Arts Council, Guelph Neighborhood Support Coalition, Downtown Guelph Business Association, Long & McQuaid, Silence, Z Branford, and Ed Video. Thank you to all our sponsors. Also, just a reminder, we did make a beer with Brothers Brewing, Common Ground IPA, so you can check that out. You can get that at Brothers Brewing or on our website, bumaroo.ca. We also want to say thank you to all the crew that put so much work into putting this festival on. Yeah, none of this would have happened if it wasn't for them. And I know all the artists, I speak for all of them when I say that we're extremely grateful in these times where we don't have many outlets to have live performances that we've had this stage today. So thank you guys. You guys are amazing. And without further ado, we're gonna bring up our final band of the day. So everyone give a round of applause for Wine Lips.
You must the kids crazy. You must the kids insane, baby. These eyes are laser. These eyes are laser, baby. I know when I'm for me. It's in about to see. I can do that to you. Do that to you, baby. These eyes for you. These eyes for you, baby. I know when I'm for me. And now it's time to live.
Hey.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us, Bumaroo. We're Wineless. This is a new song. It's called Tension.
I can feel the tension.
pumpkin beers are back. Pumpkin spice lattes are back too. Wow, what a great day. Just want to say thanks so much for having us here at Bumaroo. Round of applause for the crew, the other bands that played. Anybody that's watching on live stream. Also, you should know that they're like powering through like bylaw issues, and it's crazy. These guys are just like letting us play, and they'll probably just get like a bigger fine. So thank you. Noise bylaw, I should say. We're being very safe.
Yeah, noisy.
Hey. Here's an old song called Big Muff.
Yeah, got a big mug. 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 Round and around and around and around. Oh, round and around and around and around. Oh, round and around and around and around you go. Yeah, got a big mug. 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 Round and around and around and around. Oh, round and around and around and around. Oh, round and around and around and around till you go. Yeah, got a big mug. 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 Round and around and around and around. Oh, round and around and around and around. Oh, round and around and around. Round you go.
Hey, we got one more and then we're out of here. Thanks for watching Over Wineland.
Thanks a bunch. Shout out to my boys and Down with the Sickness. If you know, you know.
Thank you very much. We're Wine Lips. Thank you to Bumaroo for having us. This is the end of the show. Bumaroo 2020, that's a wrap. Thanks for putting this together. It was a lot of fun.